Good morning, guys. Welcome in. I have a new chair. So obviously, this is going to be a wonderful show. It'll also be a wonderful show if I can learn how to work the software. So here we go. Like Borat says, King in the castle, I have a chair. All right, guys, good morning. Welcome in. Let me pull up your comments right here. It is 57 degrees now in my studio. It is so cold. So I put the thermostat on a schedule. And what happens is, as it gets closer to noon, I kind of turn it off because I don't want to keep listening to it kick on. Right now, it's 56 degrees in here, 57 degrees, whatever I said. So I'm going to put CNBC on TV to see what the bozos are saying this morning, and then we will go from there. All right. Look at this. This is so adorable. Jobless claims hit the lowest since 1969. Hallelujah. It's because nobody's looking for a job anymore. Grow up. Next. Where shall we begin this morning? The Russian stock market opened, and it went for a wild ride, apparently. So y'all know how I was talking about what? My wife went to school with Borat? I can't tell if you're being serious or not, but that's awesome. By the way, smash the like button, share it with all your friends, and let's get this channel booming. So the Russian stock market opened, and I remember, guys, I told you that I wanted to buy the ruble, and I was trying everything I could do to buy the ruble, and I couldn't. But now the Russian dictatorship has put in place rules that there's no short selling going on in their markets, and also foreign investors do not have the freedom to sell when they want to. Foreign investors will not be able to sell stocks or ruble bonds until April 1st. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Russian stocks moved sharply on Thursday as the market partially reopened for a limited trading session after its longest shutdown since the fall of the Soviet Union. I believe it was closed for 1 full month since, I guess it's been a month that this stuff has been going on overseas. Short selling will be banned. Foreign investors since the first. Shares of the Russian airline Aeroflot initially plunged more than 20%, retracted some of its losses. I guess it was a wild ride. I want to see what happened with the overall market. I didn't actually see that number. let's see. Oh, here we go. The Russian index finished trading up 4.37%. Sounds like the United States after being up 10%. It sounds like the U.S. stocks on a daily basis. Jerome Powell, he has been so active and speaking very actively lately. I mean, geez, every day he's out there. Jerome Powell, new rules will be needed for crypto. And I pull this story up just because we talked about the interest that is out there in crypto that has been dropped significantly since the summer. New regulations will need to be created for crypto. So I was reading this article, and basically everything that this told me is that this is going to be a different version of the US dollar, because they're going to centralize it all. They're going to make it be compatible with the banking system. And to me, it's saying you're just making an app with US dollars in a different format, and you're doing exactly the same thing. I don't see any benefit to what they're doing. Novel technologies like distributed ledger and decentralized finance have the potential to improve efficiency of payment system. All they're going to do is roll the dollars into this US dollar and encourage more competitive financial landscape. This is at some summit that he spoke about. Central banks will need to coordinate on technology to ensure the proper transfer of monetary policy and payments with the global financial system. So it's just becoming, it's not going to be in opposition to the dollar. Powell added that the Fed is looking to address regulatory gaps around digital assets and how they will work in the banking system. This is an interesting point that he put out right here. There's also potential financial stability concerns for some products. I'm sure he's talking about, have these changed my stance on crypto? No, my stance on crypto is exactly the same. I told you. I've been telling you that it's probably been a year at this point. It doesn't feel like a year, but it's probably been a year. Crypto, the only way that crypto is going to be a viable option to use in the United States is if it becomes basically the same thing as the US dollar. You can call it whatever you want. You want to call it Bitcoin, you want to call it cryptocurrency, you want to call it Ethereum, you want to call it disruption coin. I don't care. It's going to be a different form of the US dollar, and the government is going to control it. And what does it matter at that point? Call it crypto. If you want to be a crypto fan, have fun. It doesn't change my mind. I'm telling you what it's going to be. There's no chance that they're going to let an opposition to the dollar come into place, especially with the financial instability that we have going on right now. There's also, in particular, we don't know how some of these digital products will behave in times of market stress. I think we do. They're not a hedge, which could lead to large. Yeah, this is a boring story. I'm done with crypto. I can only talk so much crypto before my brain melts. I shared this with the Bid and Ask Nation. I believe it was Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. El Arian says, so Mohamed El Arian is my favorite economist out there. He was on Bloomberg the other day. So this is perfect. This is a 12-minute video. I posted it in the Bid and Ask. I think it was the general chat. Maybe it was announcements. I can't remember. I can share it again, though. A very good interview. But basically what he said is there's a bunch of different factors that are running into this market that are cause for concern. And number one is financial policy. Policy has gotten us to the point we are in, is basically what he was saying. And policy is going to be the detriment of it. Policy is in a very difficult position right now. Because if they raise interest rates, they're going to cause a recession. If they don't raise interest rates, you're going to have runaway inflation. Inflation is going to go over 10%, he says. So he says, if I am investing, and this is just a short snippet out of a 12-minute video. If I'm investing over the next 12-month horizon, I would reduce equities at this point. I would take some money off the table. The market is giving you a wonderful opportunity to come out. He also said this exact same thing on CNBC to Becky Quick on Monday. I don't think the market has factored in yet what is going to happen with the economy. The Fed is increasingly being forced to consider what is the least bad policy mistake it wishes to be remembered for. Meeting its inflation target by causing a recession, or allowing high and potentially destabilizing inflation to persist well into 2023. If you're an asset allocator and someone comes up with the proposal that you should reduce equities, you're going to say, where do I go? You go to cash? Hell no. Inflation is 7.9% and we may touch 10. You don't want to go there. There's a guaranteed negative real return. Bonds? Hell no. Bonds are just adjusting. There's nowhere to go, which is his point. But That's the hard part about saying take some off the table right now. This guy is talking. So yeah, I love Elarian. My baseline, for what it's worth, is we are going to see global stagflation, lower growth, higher inflation. The equity market hasn't quite priced that in yet because they're still thinking in a relative space. And he is the same person, first person that came out in July and said that inflation would not be transitory. So that's that. Speaking of recessions, Goldman Sachs says that oil surging to $200 a barrel could cause a recession. And oil's, I think it's sitting at 122 now for crude. It's probably right up here. 120. I don't know what it is this morning. Maybe it's 115. Should oil explode to $200 a barrel, as some experts have warned, the U.S. economy will enter into a recession, the likes of 74 and 79. Prices for Brent crude have more than doubled compared to this time last year. It is not unfathomable to see prices rocket to $200 a barrel by summer, spurring a recession. Man, look at this increase. Remember when it went negative? I think it was negative 38, negative 36, something in that regard. Jobless claims hit the lowest since 1969. Adorable. I already said it once, so you can. I mean, there's a very obvious reason why that happened. Reuters, the Bank of Mexico, everybody's raising rates except for the United States, and a quarter point is not a rate hike. Bank of Mexico is seen raising rates in response to the Fed inflation. So this story it was weird because this didn't say what their inflation rate was right now, but they raised their key rate, which is I think a 30-day rate, 30-day treasury rate, whatever you want to call it, to 6.5%. So their target inflation is 3% in Mexico, and they are at 6.5% right now. So, and then the last thing, this is like a hallelujah moment. I really hope that this happens for the sake of not having to wear these things anymore. Airline executives, including, but not limited to, United Airlines, Delta Airlines, American Airlines, they say they have asked the president to end the mask mandate and testing requirements for air travel. It's time for, I'm just going to read the quotes. This is from the airline executives. Now is the time for the administration to sunset federal transportation travel restrictions, including international departure testing requirement and the federal mask mandate. Those are no longer aligned with the realities of the current epidemiological environment, says those major CEOs. COVID-19 testing requirement for international travelers has proven to be ineffective, they say. The high level of immunity in the United States, availability of masks, blah, blah, blah. So, to be honest, for selfish reasons, I sure hope that goes away. If you want to follow us on Instagram, at TraderMo_EM, at Everything Money, at Paul Gabriel, at Seth Kirchanid, Spirit Airlines is going to charge you to not wear a mask. Spirit Airlines is the best. I really hope that when they partner with Frontier, that they make hot pink planes and do something insane like that. Look at these people. The initial job lowest since 1969. Yeah, because everybody is done looking for a job. Nobody's looking because they get all this free money. So why would you look for a job? They're already proposing something in Congress. I'm sure it's going to be bipartisan. They want to give away $2 trillion to help Americans with paying for higher gas prices. What the hell are we doing? It's incredible. And it's going to be bipartisan bill. The 5 and 10 year have inverted. The 2 and 10 are getting really close. The 2 and 10 is what everybody talks about. Like I said yesterday, I like 3 month and 10. So here's the 2 and the 10. When you get the 3 month and the 10 year hurting, that's when that's when the you know what hits the fan. Spirit Air, build your own chair. Yeah. NEO reports after the bell today. Momo reports before the bell. Ooh, they're down 11%. Yikes. I wonder what happened there. I wonder how that's going to affect other companies, other Chinese companies. Darden Restaurants is down. They reported this morning. If you want to join the software, if you want to come over, I'm day trading live today. I think I'm day trading by myself today. So come on over. I got to sign out so you can see. Log out. There we go. This should what's that word? I don't know what it is. Repopulate. You get all the software, you get all the videos, you get all the news. Click Join EM, come on over. For those of you that are not in the Bid and Ask Nation, jump in. I'm doing a Saturday seminar this weekend. We're going to talk about, hey, what's up, Nick? Good to see you. Oh, Seth's going to be joining. Okay, cool. this weekend, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be doing a live stream only right here, same time, same place. And what we're going to be discussing is swing trading. And I want to cover options too, because a lot of people are asking about options. A lot of people want to start selling puts because they see a lot of stocks that are coming into that value territory. So we are going to cover options, selling puts, selling covered calls, and that's that. And if you want to just get the software, jump into the community chat right up here. $30 a month, access to that. All right, guys, give me some stocks. We'll run through them this morning. Any other questions? Let me know. Sweet Saturday session. Yep. Moderna's looking to seek approval. Yeah, I heard Pfizer's looking to seek approval as well for another vaccination. Our government has stopped charging taxes on gas for the next 3 months. Wow, that's incredible. It would be interesting. Well, I don't know what the tax rate is on gas in Ohio, at least, but it would be interesting to see when you stripped out all the taxes on gasoline, what your gas prices would be. Inflation is transitory because we have stagflation now. Excellent point. But unfortunately, inflation is going to keep running. Trust me on that one. We are not done with inflation. What else do we have? Target? Well, let's look at Target. TGT. High employment occurs before a recession, right? Well, we don't really have high employment, so we have low employment. Is Elon Musk the king of EVs? That's like asking, does a bear poop in the woods? Yeah, he's a king of EVs. If it wasn't for Elon Musk, you wouldn't have EVs on the grand scale that you have them right now. I guarantee you that, because those big companies were not forward thinking enough to do it, and you wouldn't have companies like Rivian. Well, you don't have another private sole company that does it, like a Rivian, Nikola, Neo, etc. Nobody's doing it. They wouldn't be where they are, even with the terrible place that they are. They wouldn't be there without Tesla. Absolutely not. And it also helps that they have Elon Musk to be the spokesperson for EVs globally. All right, Target. Yes, so Target is moving into the sweet spot. I can assume why you picked this. So you do have a little gap to fill here on the downside, which is good when everything falls apart. But I would just look at this from a long-term perspective. Let me pull up yellow because I like yellow more. And let this thing just start moving up on you. When you take out these two wicks right here that I just drew over, 230, whatever that number is, go for it. But until then, try to swing trade it, see what you can do. Not sure how long this downtrend is going to last. This could definitely be a sweet spot reversal. All right, what else do we have? Palo Alto. No. What else do we have? Visa. Oh, we haven't talked about Visa in a while. Visa's been maybe a week. How about Elon's dance moves during the gym? So I didn't watch. I will watch it on YouTube because I enjoy watching Elon Musk speak. He's just an interesting cat. I really like the guy. Half the reason that I bought the Tesla is because I wanted to support him. Simple as that. All right. Visa. What a wild ride for a very stable financial company. Look at this ride that they have gone through. They have gone from 240. Well, first of all, they went from 256 to 240 to 188 to probably 185 to 240 to 215 in a matter of 6 months. Unreal. All right. What would I do here? I would wait for a reversal and see if you can get this thing going in the positive direction. If it doesn't and it continues this downtrend, then try to short it. You're not going to go lower than this probably 190 number unless the market falls apart. But I like what I'm seeing. Be patient. And if this does happen, you can absolutely swing trade this as well. I mean, you're trying to break through. The good news is you're over the 100. The bad news is you're under the 200. So I could see this just consolidating between the 1 and 200 for maybe a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months. Hoping Visa drops below 180. Yeah, I'm hoping Visa drops below probably 120. I don't know, 150. I've been holding Target since $65 a share. That's great. Uber, we haven't looked at Uber in a hot minute. is there a documentary on Showtime or something about Uber? Let's see here. Uber Technologies. I want to see this full chart. Wow, they're below their IPO price right now. Not the first time that's happened. So here was their IPO, dropped below, really dropped below. Had a big boom when we had somewhat of a recovery, and then you're back below IPO pricing. So, guys, you notice here, they only had one nice run up and down through the sweet spot, and that was pandemic. You've never had like a really smooth run through the sweet spot. You've always had these reversals, reversals, reversals. So for me, to get this thing to push back up from a long-term perspective, I wouldn't even bother. I'd come over here and swing trade it. See if you can get this thing to fall below the 25-day moving average, run it down to $29, and just keep playing with this. Just keep going up and down with this thing like you know how to do. And if you're not in the bid and ask, come and join me, and we will go from there. What else do we have? Ford. Wow, look at this run. Holy crap. All right, so this is an incredible run that has happened. So you do kind of have a head and shoulders pattern. I mean, an ugly face pattern that is, well, you have both. Shoulder, shoulder, head. But then you're developing into this ugly face pattern. So if they come up into this level, and here's your ugly face, I could certainly see this thing falling to this $13 level. And not only because of the ugly face, because you are struggling so hard to hold the 200-day moving average. If you break below the 200-day moving average, this thing is coming back down to $13 per share. Next. CLF. Wow. Are you kidding me? Wow. Damn. All right. Let's see. Line chart. Okay. So you're creating nice W formations. This is really great. I'm quite surprised. This is an ideal trade coming up through this ideal long-term trade coming up through the sweet spot. I mean, you really flagpoled here. I don't like that, but you were able to create these higher lows, and yeah, you made a nice W earlier this week, and it's just pushing forward more. So this is great. Good looking stock. Stay with it. No reason not to. Maybe I can't even say that the volume is decelerating, because earlier this week you had pretty nice volume. So it's been decelerating the last 4 days. See what happens today. If your volume closes here today like that, then I would start considering lightening my position a little bit. Do I need to get out of ADM? Well, it's up to you, but I can take a gander at it and say what I would do. Okay, so the first thing right off the rip that I noticed is this flagpole pattern. Now, the other thing that I noticed is you've had two flagpole patterns in the past, I don't know, when was this? January? During this year. So this is the third flagpole, but the flagpoles don't fall apart, and you are just coasting sideways. You are actually a power stock right now. So what a power stock is a stock that is over all four major moving averages. Let's zoom out. Yeah, this is a power stock. So just roll with it. If you are in this, excellent job. Stay in it. Just keep running it. Keep running with it. You're getting pretty good volume. Your overall four major moving averages. If it was me, I would be sticking with this thing. I love the sideways on the stochastic, and go from there. BABA, I don't trade BABA ever, so you can ask me about BABA, but I don't have an answer for you. The volatility is insane. Yeah, the volatility is insane. I mean, yeah, it looks nice, but at the same point, you are down here on your stochastic. You're up here from a swing trading perspective. You can't get through the 100-day moving average. And the volatility here, I mean, to have a stock go up like, what is it, 30, 40%, whatever it did the past couple of weeks, forget about it. No interest. VMware. There's so many stocks that are just stuck right at the at any of the major moving averages. This one just can't break through the 25, and it seems like even back here it couldn't break through the 50. I don't like the trend that's happening here. This seems like a dog stock. It's tried hard back here in February, couldn't do anything. So see it, just maybe it's $116. I don't think I'd throw a tracker share on it. Just put it in a tight watch list. See what you can do with this bad boy and go from there. Oh, let's look at AAL. So why did Berkshire invest in Kraft Heinz? So I actually do see value in Kraft Heinz. Not a lot of growth. You're not going to see a lot of growth, but just because a company is not growing doesn't mean that it doesn't have a value. I think I projected negative 2% growth for them. If I just can't. So guys, last time I did this was 2 to 3 months ago. I'm just going to give you a heads up. So I might be inaccurate in saying this, but I think I said Kraft Heinz I was projecting negative growth to no growth over the next decade, and it was still of a value. So who knows? Okay, where are we? American Airlines. American Airlines popping. I think I looked at this yesterday. So is this a 50%er? Yeah. So this is a 50% rule stock. So those of you that don't know what a 50%er is, here's your high, here's your low, here's your middle ground, and basically the people that were in it up here, the stock price falls, and they say down here when they're panicking and crying, if I could just get half my money back, I'll be happy. Stock price runs up, they get 50% of their money back, boom, falls right back down. Those that did not exit here, they say, if I could just get half my money back, I'll exit. Comes right up here, boom, falls right back down. And then you had a little bit of summer where you kind of hovered above, and then boom, 50% rule. 50% rule is super strong, and that's it. $20 is their resistance. So you might be able to peak a little bit above $20, but if you want to trade this thing, try to make it up to $20. And honestly, with this kind of crappy stochastic that I'm seeing and these kind of sweet spot reversals that I get in here, to be honest, I would just look at this from a swing trading perspective. But remember, you need to remember that this is a 50% roll stock, and $20 is major, major, major resistance. Coca-Cola, haven't looked at Coke in a while. I know they were pressing into highs. Here's an example of 50% roll stock that was able to make it out. So here's your halfway point. It struggled for, I don't know, 6 months in this area. And then, boom, it was able to break out and continue to go forward. So 50% stocks that get stuck in that 50% range do break out. Of course they break out. It's just very challenging for them to do it. So right now, you have a certain downtrend. If you get engulfing candlesticks down, you can probably short this thing to $57. Now, and just like that, I said $57, and 57.03 is a 200-day moving average. So I could certainly see this thing coming down to 57 with a lot of resistance at the 100-day moving average. So that's from a long-term perspective. Swing trading, you might be able to get up to this 63 level, which was their 52-week high, all-time high. I have no idea, but that's that. All right, what's next? Logitech sounds like a boring stock to trade. I bet they don't barely have 1 million shares traded per day, and they don't. They have 838,000 shares traded per day. This chart is ugly. I would not look at this from a long-term perspective. I know a lot of people like this from a value play perspective, but do your thing from value, but don't trade this thing long-term right now. Maybe at some point in the future. But if you get a red engulfing candlestick that goes down like this today, go ahead and short this thing. See if you can get a run to $68. It's looking really good. You're getting you have a really nice stochastic developing. I mean, I would like this yellow line to be more in the sweet spot, but yeah, I like it. All right. Mo, I'm confused on Kraft. I have a low price of $4. Oh, let's see. What is it? I'll just type in Kraft. KHC. I almost put in KFC. I have a low price of $4. No, I don't have a low price of $4. There's no way. Yeah, I don't know. Kraft Heinz, anyways, let's see. Where were they? This was COVID, right? Yeah. $19. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I don't like these stocks that have these sweet spot reversals going on. That's just not for me. If you want to do anything, see if you can get this thing to engulf over this 25-day moving average, because you actually do have a nice trend coming in. If that yellow line can move into the sweet spot, if you get an engulfment over the 25-day moving average, your yellow line will be in the sweet spot like I just drew. But this volume over the past month has been pretty light, so just be careful with that one. Spotify, that was from Nick. Nick, thanks for joining. It's been a while. Spotify. What did he say? Spotify. Swing trade maybe long. Okay, so Long, we need to wait. Long, we need to. This is. I know he doesn't want to do it now, but I know what he's saying is keep a watch on this thing. It's a dog stock right now. It's really trying to pump itself a little bit. It's really pretty good volume actually over the last couple of days. So if this thing can pump into the sweet spot with the red and yellow line, which would probably happen around this 172 number, then you'll be able to have some good movement. Plus, with that 172 number, you'll be over the 50-day moving average, and then you just have a free reign to run until about 207. So it's looking good. Swing trading, it's a short right. It's not a short right now, but it looks like it's going to be a short before it gets to a long. What else do we have? Walmart. Haven't looked at Walmart in a hot minute. So I got this hydrofacial machine, and so one side of the studio is a hydrofacial is the studio, and then the other side is this hydrofacial machine. So Nicole is laying on a massage table right now, giving herself a hydrofacial. It's pretty entertaining. All right, Walmart coming through the sweet spot very nicely, but looks like we're getting that reversal. And now let me just draw a couple of lines. Here's 1, and here's 2. So 136 and 146. Since June of 2021, you have just consolidated in this range with the exception of a couple of blips that you've had for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so that's popping out. So, all right, guys. I would probably ignore this over here right now. This used to be an employed trader stock, but I just got so sick of this movement and no breakout that I removed it. Look at all the selling volume they had back here earlier in February. But now you have this selling volume again. This is perfect. If this drops below the 100-day moving average, short this bad boy. The good news is your 25 and 50 are right on top of each other. Oh, absolutely. Just short this thing. It would be perfect. Why don't you have volume on the long-term chart? Because why do I need volume on the long-term chart? I have 2 charts right here. Why would I have volume on both charts? It doesn't make any sense. I have the volume right here. Plus, why would I have moving averages over here? I have them. There's no point. I don't like redundancies in life, and that is a redundancy. So Costco, wow. Costco's pressing to all-time highs. And where's the moving averages? Yep. So Costco's pressing to all-time highs. So if Costco breaks out above this wick, so if it can move like this and break out to a new all-time high, A, it'll be a power stock again, which is literally unreal. And B, you'll have a beautiful trend. So I would not add to this right now if it was me. I would add to this when I get some movement and take out that wick that I just drew right there. Last stock I will do, and then we're day trading at 10:15. Market is now open. What else do we have? Apple flagpole. Yeah, Apple is certainly a flagpole right now. Square, I think I already did. Oh, no, that was Spotify. I'll do Square. I'll pull up Square. I won't necessarily do it. Let's see. Boring. Next. Oh, NEO reports today. XOM. Let's see what oils are doing. Boring. Another one. QS is turning up from a dog. Boring. Next. NTR. What is this? Oh, this is Nutrien. Boring. Give me TSMC. Taiwan Semiconductors. What is going on with TradingView? TradingView has so many glitches. They're not even bad glitches. They're just annoying glitches. Is it? Are you sure that ticker's right? I'll do BMY. All right, BMY. BMY, I think, is pushing to power stock. This is pushing into a power stock situation. It is over 4 major moving averages. But again, remember I drew this yesterday. 70 is a resistance point. So I don't know. Keep a watch on this one. Take profits, I would say. See if this thing can absolutely turn into a power stock and start moving. That is the best thing I could tell you right now. They just got some drug approved, so that's why they're popping off a little bit. All right, guys. Oh, TSM. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. Same time, same place tomorrow. Don't forget about the Saturday seminar. Don't forget about day trading at 10:15. Don't forget about the 3 p.m. live stream later today. That's it. Everyone have a great day. I'll ring the disruption bell because why not, even though disruption is dead.